Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Health Online 2014 spring semester. My name is Mr. Daniels. I'm going to walk you through today's activities. First things first, want to be able to get to the Blackboard online learning site, so I always go staff, teacher websites. Alright, apparently the snow has the school website down a little bit, so we're just going to go ahead and jump to the Blackboard learning site. I actually did that by typing in the web address up here, and when you get to Blackboard, what you want to do is you want to log in, type your username and password. Okay, once on the site, you're going to want to then go to Health class. And I'm going to take a moment here and switch over to Student View for you so you can see it as it will appear on your screen. The announcements obviously are being recorded and will be posted here every day. And actually, these will be posted whenever necessary. As we get going, it'll be day by day, and then later on, once you get a hang for the class, it'll be weekly announcements here. These should be video announcements for the most part, unless we're working on a project or something of that nature where that won't necessarily be the case. Week 1, skeletal system. These are your tasks. Every day you can click on your tasks if you like. These should correspond to the list of items that are done weekly in your course documents and your assignment guide. Every day you'll need to watch the announcements, review your syllabus, assignment guide, and familiarize yourself with Blackboard. So this will be the first day. If you are on a snow day, which most of us are, it might be a good day to go ahead and get started on your online class. Next, you'll need to print the assignment guide. This is a 13-page document. Should be printed in color. If you do not have the option to do that, make sure that you either send me an email or if you're at the junior high, check in with me during seminar and we can get that printed for you. 4, post your introduction into the first discussion. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to view my introduction, get an idea of what should be included on that introduction, and then go ahead and either type that up or include it into a presentation and post it to the discussion board. Finally, you're going to want to begin working on your skeletal system, making sure to ask questions via email or on the discussion forum. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump from our task list to our course documents. First document is the syllabus. Your health syllabus, very simply, is going to tell you about the course, giving you the course description, rules and regulations, same as my classroom. Do what is right, do your best, and treat others the way you want to be treated. Part of doing what is right and doing your best is making sure that we're not plagiarizing with an online class. It could become very easy to just copy and paste some of the information that you're needing to summarize. We want to make sure that we are in MLA format and that we are not breaking the school policy on plagiarism. Number 3, treat others the way you want to be treated. This is pretty simple. Make sure you're disrespectful, or you are respectful rather, in the discussion board, and making sure that you understand that everybody is entitled to their own opinion. And that doesn't mean that we can't debate, but it does mean that we're not trying to talk people out of their opinion or tell them that they're stupid or wrong. Grades are standard. Late work is a little bit different than my normal classes. If you need extra time on an assignment for any reason, this needs to be communicated to me via email. If you do not communicate to me, then you will not receive any feedback on your assignments. Academic dishonesty, do not cheat, otherwise you will receive no credit in accordance with the school policy, and any subsequent offenses may result in no credit for the work/grade reduction, course failure, or removal from the extracurricular activities. Frequently asked questions. This is a part of my syllabus that I'm going to be building, as this is my first time online class. So any questions that you have, please place those in the course discussion, and I'll try and get to those Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, and Sunday evenings, so that it'll be 8:30 to 9:30, and I can answer your questions, and they can be provided for you on your discussions and assignments. If you find that this is not enough time for you to finish your assignment, don't worry about it. Shoot me an email, let me know what's going on, and I will be happy to extend the deadlines for you. Next, online learning tips, just a few that I've gathered from my master's level courses. Set a standard time to work on this class. Number 2, it is always a good idea to email your teacher about a week ahead of time to check in and let them know you are interested. Put that in your back pocket. As I receive no emails from many of you, seems that we need to add that to our repertoire. Number 3, get organized. Print your assignment guide in color if possible. If not, black and white will do. Put all the items in a 3-ring binder. Get a folder set up on a flash drive. Try logging into Blackboard and navigate the site. If you get stuck, check for help. Here's the link to the video tutorials for Blackboard. And stay on pace with the course. Falling behind can be detrimental to your grade. Finally, ask questions, but do not procrastinate. This class is meant to be worked on a little bit every day. You will not be able to knock out an entire week's worth of work on a Sunday night. And for the most part, if you want to get ahead, you're welcome to do so. I will post about 2 weeks worth of class material, so that if you were knowing that you have a trip or something coming up that you need to plan for, or you got a lot of work in school, feel free to go ahead and work ahead, making sure that you are meeting the requirements on the rubrics. Okay, anytime you're done with a document, you're going to want to then go back to the course documents. We've gone through our syllabus. Let's go through our assignment guide here. Your assignment guide, as indicated earlier, is a 13-page document. Here's the key. You have your activities will be listed in black. Assignments are in blue. Due dates are bold, red, and double underline. And your discussion board posts are done in green and underline. Anything that is required to be included in your weekly concept paper has 3 asterisks. And a good rule of thumb that I got from Stephen Covington is that if something is in progress, go ahead and put a dot on it. If it's completed, give it a check mark. And if it's X'd out, or we've decided to get rid of it, go ahead and cancel it. At the onset of each week, you'll be provided with objectives. For this week, students and teachers will complete introductions and review course policies and procedures. Students will investigate the structure, maintenance, disorders, treatments, and write a paper to summarize and implement healthy habits for the skeletal system in their own life. And students will discuss the concept of preventative care, the importance of maintaining and improving health in an online discussion. Each of the tasks listed below correspond to these objectives for the week, and as you finish them, go ahead and put a check mark over here in the box. If you have any questions regarding the assignment guide, feel free to shoot me an email. Make sure it's highly recommended that you print this document. Let's go back to course documents. And for the final spot on this week, you will have a unit. Each week will provide you with a unit, and underneath you'll see the documents for that week. Click on the unit. It should launch for you. The first thing is the introduction. You can click through that on your own. And then underneath the introduction is a series of 5 questions. Make sure that in your introduction you answer these 5 questions, with the exception of number 3. It is optional. And once done with that, then you can click on the next part of the module, and it will launch you right to the discussion board. You can post your introductions by clicking on My Introduction and replying, or you can create a thread. When you create a thread, make sure that you put your last name in the subject line and then put introduction. So for example, it will be Daniels and intro. Oh. And as I said earlier, you can either type it, you can blog it, you can make a video and post it, you could do a PowerPoint or a Prezi presentation, and when you're done, all you'll need to do is click submit. We're going to cancel this. We will head back to the course documents. We're going to go to week 1 introduction. The next thing is an example for your midterm assignment. You'll be working on body presentations, and when you click to launch, it should take you to Prezi.com. You'll see an example of a presentation that gives you an overview, close this ad here, of all the body systems. If you're having trouble viewing this or it's not popping up on your computer, again, shoot me an email and we'll try and troubleshoot it. You have 2 arrows down here. You can make it big screen. Click forward. It'll take you through the slides, introduce all the body systems to you. If you need to go back, click back, and that should be pretty self-explanatory. Let's go back to Blackboard. The final thing that you have for the first part of this week is the Skeletal System Interactive Reading. Click to launch the site. And this is going to be the basis for our body systems unit. So the first 6 weeks you're going to be working off this website called Inner Body. You're going to want to click on the skeletal system. And there are 2 features on Inner Body that I enjoy thoroughly. Feature number 1 is my favorite part of this website. It makes the systems interactive. You can click on any part of the system, zoom in on it, and it will give you the information about the system over here to the right. The other part of the system, if you're a linear thinker, you can come down here and it's going to tell you in a reading all the parts of the system. So as you're reading down, you're going to want to be keeping notes on some of the more basic components and general ideas of the assignment. For example, the skull, what are the hyoid and auditory ossicles, what are the different parts of vertebra, what are the different types of bones, all the way down here. You have long, short, flat, irregular, and sesamoid bones. What are the parts of bones? And then what's the physiology of the skeleton? Sometimes there's going to be sections down here that are going to be pretty heavily vocabularied for doctors and people who are pre-med. This will be good for those of you that are interested in that. If you are obviously not interested in that, you're going to want to use a dictionary or jump on the discussion board and ask questions about any vocabulary words that you're having trouble with. That takes care of that. We will go back to Blackboard, and the one thing that is next that you may want to go ahead and get started on is you are going to have a case study. And the nice thing about these case studies is they are somewhat difficult, but you are being asked to work on them as a group. So you'll choose one of the ailments below, use the description to decide what the skeletal ailment is, work with your peers in the discussion board to use what you learn from your review of the skeletal system to diagnose the problem, recommend a treatment for the problem, and list a few preventative measures. Be sure to work together. If you have questions, please feel free to post them on the discussion board. Start by asking your peers questions. You know, if they've posted something, ask them where it came from. How did they find that information? Are they going on a previous injury that they've had, or someone they know has this problem? Did they go to WebMD? Did they go to the Center for Disease Control? Are they going to the National Health Institute? Those sorts of things. One thing that might be helpful to your peers is if you post your citation on your discussion. That could help them out. Again, you have a link to the discussion. The other thing that you have is you have a reading on skeletal system problems. Click to launch this reading. It talks to you about maintaining your bone health. You're going to want to include this onto your concept paper this week, and making sure that you're using it for the application section. There are several hints in here as to what the answers are on the case study as well. Just making sure you're reading through, making some notes. You're going to want to summarize and then use the information to apply it to your life. Let's go back to Blackboard. We're running just a little bit over time. The final thing is your Unit 1 Body Systems assignment. You'll click to launch the assignment. And this is where you will get the instructions for the concept paper. I'll do another video on that on Wednesday. And using the information provided from the resources above about the skeletal system, write a concept paper formatting information provided in the course documents. And the paper will be due Sunday, January 12th by 8 p.m. So go ahead and click on the link to submit. You can either write it in there or you can attach a file. I recommend that you browse your computer and attach the file. Any comments or questions that you had should be included here, and when done with that, click submit. All papers are to be MLA format, Times New Roman, 12-point font, double spaced, and they should comply with the information in course documents, which it looks like I need to go ahead and add that link in there. Oh no, weekly concept paper instructions. Here we go. As indicated, we'll walk through this on Wednesday. Thank you for your time. All announcements I'm going to try and keep limited to 15 minutes. As you can see, we're a little bit over today, so we're going to cut it off. I hope you're having an excellent snow day and staying warm. Very, very excited about the opportunity to be your teacher and look forward to hearing from you shortly.